This isn't a $1 million shop. It's not perfect. It's not even clean yet. But to me, it's everything. I finally got my dream screen printing space. After years of working in a small garage and starting with $500 in a 2-bedroom apartment, I'm standing here inside the very thing I used to pray for. And no, I don't own this building. My brother does, but I treat it like it's mine because dreams aren't always about ownership, they're about opportunity. This is my next chapter and I want to bring you guys along with me. When we first saw this shop, it was in bad shape. I'm not trying to throw shade at the previous owners. I don't know their story, but I can say this. The place was filthy, just flat out dirty. It used to be a car body shop. Oil stains everywhere, broken equipment, dust stacked up like it had been untouched for years. But you know what? None of that mattered, because when I stepped in here, I didn't see what it was. I saw what it could be. And after 3 weeks of cleaning, scrubbing, and remodeling on our free time, this is where we're at now. It's far from done, but it's already starting to feel like ours. Let me show you around. Good morning, everybody. So this is the shop. This is the front of the shop. This is how it looks so far. If you can notice, we are adding some brand new fencing because security is important. We're not in the best neighborhood, so safety's first. We also got cameras everywhere up there. This is where my brother's gonna have all his trucks. And it's been pretty beat up. Looks like it was almost abandoned. As a garage, I don't know what my brother's gonna do with it. I think he's gonna try to bring it back to life for storage, I guess. And all this is from the remodeling we were doing. So mainly my shop is gonna be from where the red brick starts all the way to the end. And then the middle, we're gonna use it for like a cafeteria. We're gonna build a kitchen and maybe like a conference room and maybe a display room for customers, to come here and feel welcome. I don't know. Never had a cafeteria before. That's pretty much it. We really don't have much. It's just an empty lot with an empty building. Right, let me give you a quick tour of the inside, starting in the front. This section is going to be for my brother's offices. And in case you didn't know, he owns the best moving company in Chicago, Expert Movers. That's not just me hyping them up, they really get it done. This front area is where we spend most of our time so far, cleaning, demoing, and remodeling. Now, the middle of the shop is kind of a mess right now. We're using it as storage while we figure things out. Honestly, we're planning this whole remodel as we go, so nothing really set in stone yet. The middle area will probably be the last thing we fix. It's not priority. Now, the back of the building, that's where my print shop's gonna be. It's around 100 square feet, which is twice as big as my garage shop. So for me, this is a huge step up. As you can see, we just barely put the lights on. I didn't know that we were gonna have a lot of leakage from the roof. So that's another problem that we have. It might still look rough to some people, but to me, this is a dream in progress. Whew, I guess it's time to get dirty now. Midway project, you're like, it's probably was a bad idea. That's how we felt. But we're done. Honestly, I really don't need the new shop. I want the new shop. I'm spread out everywhere. I have my computers and my printers here. I have all my equipment in the garage, like the full garage is full of my equipment. The basement, I have more equipment, all my screens, my inks. I have my washout booths. So I'm spread out in the whole building, t-shirts everywhere. That's the only reason. I guess I outgrown this whole building. But either way, it's time for a new change and let's get back to it. So right now, the only problem that I have is that I cannot take a lot of orders. My time is super limited. I'm thinking, I don't know, hopefully by the end of September, I could be already settled down in the new shop. Because there's still a lot of things that I have to do. I still need to paint the shop. I want to add epoxy floor. I don't need to. I want to. So it's a so-so because it's not that cheap. And I don't have a drain back there. So I need to add a drain so I could have my power washer there, my washout booth, which is not that cheap. Not that cheap. Somebody gave me an estimate of like $2,300. I was like, what? We gotta fix the roof. I have somebody going this Saturday. Another thing, the drains inside the lot, they were clogged. There was grass growing inside the drains. So every time it rained, it filled up and the water came into my shop, which is something that I'm not looking forward to. But my main focus is getting prepared for winter. Winter is the worst time to screen print because it's cold, the inks get really stiff. After winter, then next year I can start adding more stuff. But right now I want to secure it for winter so I won't have no problems in winter. I said winter like 10 times. It's super hot in here. I think I'm done for today. It's almost 9 p.m. So I'll just see you guys tomorrow. Top of the morning, mate. I ain't got nothing else to say. Let's get to work. Finally done. Whew. Wait, he wants me to add the barcode? Oh. Alright, let's see if it works. Fantastic. Alright, so I had to come back to the shop today. My brother had already come by and cleaned up a bit. He wanted to start planning our next move. And I gotta be real with you. I probably wouldn't even be in this position if it wasn't for him. You know that feeling when your mom says, yeah, you can go to the park, but take your little brother with you. That's kind of what it feels like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here for free. I carry my own weight. I'm responsible for about a third of this building, but he's the main character. I look up to him. I seen his struggles up close, and I watched him turn nothing into something. He started from the bottom, literally renting U-Haul trucks just to get his business off the ground. Now, he owns Chicago's best moving company, a $1 million operation called Expert Movers. Hopefully one day I can convince him to sit down for an interview so we can pick his brain. He's camera shy though, but man, there's so much we can learn from him. At the end of the day, we're just two brothers who follow Christ. And everything we do, we put it in God's hands and let Him take the wheel. We just cleaned all of this grass and it just came out of nowhere. It hasn't even been 3 weeks. So the plumbers came and they took all this dirt inside that drain. That's crazy. This is how the shop looks so far. Looks a lot cleaner. Still needs another washing, but a lot cleaner. Good morning. It's like 6 a.m. and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I am tired, but we gotta work. So let's continue. This is the thing when you're printing t-shirts. You get a lot of rush orders. So sometimes you gotta decide, is it worth it taking it or should I not take it? And majority of the time I take them. Easy, quick money, I guess. Is it worth it all the time? Maybe not, because it gets a little stressful. But sometimes it is. Keyword is sometimes. The summer came for us and showed us what we lost. And I'm writing to myself about the things you said, about the things you said. The slowness creeps. And this is how my life looks right now. Going back and forth from my garage shop to the new space. And the reason I wanted to bring you guys along was not to show off, but to inspire you guys. Because I started this journey with only $500. Zero experience, no plan, no strategy, no knowledge in the business. And I bought the cheapest equipment in the industry. Now, one of the goals in the new shop is to eventually train people on how to screen print or how to get started in this business. Well, if everything goes as planned. And there's still a lot of things that I want to do, but I'll keep you guys updated as we go. But to be honest, right now, everything is a little overwhelming. I was comfortable in my garage. Too comfortable. And that's dangerous because I wasn't committing 100% to my business like I should have. And truthfully, there are moments where I feel like I don't deserve any of this because I know I can do more. I know there's more in me. But if I can leave you with one tip, one thing that has helped me through my good and bad times is this, that I gave my life to Christ. In John chapter 13:7, Jesus says, "You do not realize what I'm doing, but later you will understand." When I got laid off from my job of 8 years, I didn't understand nothing. I thought I was doing everything right. But now I can look back and say, I trust His plan because His plan is perfect. So if you're going through something, hold on, keep going, put it in God's hands. God bless you all, and thank you for being part of this journey.